season of The Handmaid's Tale. And you know, when things start going or you start looking toward the end, you tend to kind of turn around and reminisce about what happened at the beginning. So when you
Mhm.
first received this script, what was one thing or something that stood out with you and made you feel like you had to be a part of this series?
Um, it's a long time ago. Number one, I needed a job. No, there's something about Moira that I have learned so much more about through the seasons that she has taught me. There's some things that I feel I didn't have as a person. The ability to speak up without hesitation, the ability to advocate for herself and others. Those qualities of just her as a person really, really drew me to the character.
You know, now that you say that, I will say that one thing that always stood out to me about Mora is that she never really lived in Gilead up here in her mind.
Mm,
Though
mm,
a political prisoner and physically and in reality she was in Gilead, she never really let that fully consume her. She always saw the day that she'd be free or that the day that she would move forward. And that was something that really stuck out to me about her character. So now that we're halfway through the series, I mean, it's been very intense, very emotional. And it seems like there's a shift going on for a lot of characters. I mean, June has found her mom, Serena has fallen in love again, and even Aunt Lydia has been facing some harsh realities that she's
mhm.
had to come to grips with. So, what do you think will be a big shift for Mora, especially now that she's headed back into Gilead to face some of those past traumas?
I think I think the shift for Moira is almost a return to who she was in the very beginning. Having to fight Gilead and the powers that be from Canada has been very stifling for her. It's not where she found her like her footing that easy.
Mhm.
She knows what to do when she's in the fight. She knows what to do when she's on the front lines. And that fight, that fire that we all fell in love with, that drew me to this show,
Mhm.
is the shift that I think that Moira is having back to herself, back to the core of who she is.
Yes, definitely. You know, it was hard to even watch her on the end of things in Canada because you could see that passion, that desire, that burning to get back and help with people on the ground there, you know, just get back into the fight. And that shift is definitely, I feel like it's going to come from Mora. And I feel like you're going to totally kill these emotional scenes, definitely. And so, speaking on the past, it's been a long time since June, Mora, and Janine have all been together in Gilead. So, can you tell me what it was like filming for that final or those last few times with Elizabeth and Madeline?
Yes. Well, I mean, especially that scene in season in episode 5, it's so quick, and I feel like they're all fighting their three different objectives, like Moira is trying to keep everyone on track. Mayday. June is trying to do some left stuff, like bring Maddie with us. And
Going
Janine is just,
rogue.
yeah, absolutely. But it was, I mean, just as an actor, being on set with the two of them, it brought me back to those first feels, those first times we were on set, we were in the Red Center, and what that feeling was like, that almost like a bubbling feeling.
Mhm.
So to have that just for a second with them was pretty dope.
Definitely, definitely. So, as we head toward these final few episodes, what are some words or some phrases that you can give audiences to kind of tease what they can expect in these final episodes of The Handmaid's Tale?
I mean, I mean, rebellion, of course, sisterhood, um, blood. Um, it's and reward. Really, I think
Mhm.
that we have finally gotten our reward, and the audience will be rewarded for um, staying with us for your dedication.
Definitely well said. Well, I do want to thank you for taking the time out to speak with me today. And I want to personally thank you for giving so much to this character that looks like you and me for so many years now. And I know that it's not easy to step into that world and get into that headspace, and it's not light, but you've really carried that load remarkably. And you've
Thank
given
you.
so much representation to people that look like you and me to keep us in this story, to keep our part of it and our perspective at the forefront. And I truly want to thank you for doing that for so long.
Oh, Morgan, thank you so much. That means a lot to me. It does.
Thank you so much. And we're excited to see what's coming forward with these last few episodes of this monumental, shattering, and emotional season on Hulu. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
you're so welcome. Have a good one.
You too. Thank you. Bye
Bye.
bye.